Hello and welcome to Able Jam TV. Here we give you the best entertainment content like never before. Kindly feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get all our content.
Did you know that Macaulay Culkin was paid $4.5 million to do this movie? That was the largest salary any 11-year-old had ever made in Hollywood history at the time.
Yikes, I did it again.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to another Christmas episode of Movie Mistakes. And I'm pretty sure as you've already guessed it, we're going to show you some of the mistakes that we found in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. And as usual, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell now. We'll keep you updated of all of our up and coming videos. So as usual, time for a Did You Know? So let's see how much of a movie buff you are. Do you know the name of this actress playing an airline attendant? If not, we'll give you a hint. She co-starred in a famous movie in the 80s. Stick around to the end of the video and we'll show you who she is.
Something wrong, sir?
So for the first mistake in Home Alone 2, Kevin is catching a cab to downtown New York. Nothing unusual about the fact that he's hanging out of the window with his gloves on, right? Other than the fact that that's pretty dangerous. But when the camera switches angles, you'll notice that his gloves are no longer on his hands. What's even weirder is that the gloves that were on his hand before were black, but the gloves that are hanging off of his jacket are purple and blue, whatever that color is. Kind of weird. So for this mistake, it ties into the first movie. So when Kevin was left at home alone last year, everyone knows that he was 8 years old. But it is made reference to that in this movie, he is now 10 years old. So seeing as how it's only been a year since the last time he was left by himself,
He was left at home by accident last year.
that math doesn't quite add up. Someone has some serious explaining to do to me. For this mistake, Kevin is in his hotel room watching a movie. And oh how sweet, there's a pretty pink flower with a long stem on the cart. Nothing weird about that except the fact that when the camera angle switches, the stem gets a lot shorter for some reason. Kind of weird, I would say. Staying in the same scene, the waiter is making him a banana split. Notice that currently there are 3 scoops in the bowl, 2 already in there and 1 he's putting on top. But as usual, when the camera angle switches back and forth, we get another shot of the bowl, and now there's only 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream in the bowl.
2 scoops, sir?
2, make it 3.
Here we can see the hotel employee running out of the room after Kevin has pulled a prank. Nothing unusual about the fact that he trips over a piece of furniture, but I think the thing that really has me puzzled is why he would be wearing knee pads working in a hotel. And if you can't see the outline to these knee pads, you might need glasses. So for our next mistake in Home Alone, the bad guys are planning their heist. So as one of the skaters skates by, Marv steals his earmuffs and places them on his head with his hair neatly in place. But as they continue to talk about the heist, the camera angle switches back and forth, and now we can see that Marv's hair is messed up for some reason. Man, it must be pretty windy in New York. In this scene, the sticky bandits are chasing little Kevin through the streets of New York. Kevin, being as smart as he is, drops a bunch of beads on the sidewalk here and runs away. But as the sticky bandits get a little closer, we can now see that the beads that were spread out are a lot more condensed than they were earlier. In this scene, Kevin throws a rock through a window, but for good reason. So as he throws the rock through the window, he turns around and runs away. But notice that the alarm sounds immediately. But what we thought was weird, as the sticky bandits exit the store, the alarm suddenly turns off for some reason. So for this mistake, Marv and Harry are trying to get Kevin to come down off of the roof. But Kevin plans to throw a brick at him. So just before the brick hits Marv in the face, we're going to pause it here. Notice that there are no marks on Marv's head before the brick hits him. But as the camera angle switches real quick, we notice that there's a mark on his head right before the brick hits him in the face. Bet they wish they had a little CGI to go with this one. So for our last mistake, it's the end of the movie and Kevin is going to say goodbye to the bird lady for the last time. She turns around when she hears Kevin's voice, and what's this on the top of her hat? Nothing, you say? Well, nothing weird about that, right? Well, except for the fact that when the camera switches angles, we can now see from a distance that she has pigeons on top of her head where they weren't there before. But what's even more weird is that when we get a close-up yet again, the pigeons are gone again.
I won't forget you. Trust me.
So were you able to figure out who this actress was? Well, if you thought to yourself she does look familiar, that is none other than Ali Sheedy, one of the stars of The Breakfast Club. And if you're going to tell me in the comment section below you haven't seen The Breakfast Club, shame on you. See? Yet another super cool little bonus you didn't know. So what did you think of these Home Alone movie mistakes? Let us know in the comment section below which one was your favorite. And as usual, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell now. We'll keep you updated on all of our up and coming videos. Once again, this is Lee from Movie Mistakes. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you